Good afternoon. Thank you for coming by our channel, Living in the HOA. I appreciate your time and I appreciate your interest as well. So, thank you for coming by. I wanted to talk with you just for a few minutes today about an issue that I spoke about to someone this morning and on a social media site, and it's a professional networking site or platform. And they had presented some information about the issue of reserve funds in HOA and whether the reserve funds are adequate or if they're being accumulated for the wrong purposes or all of that. And the upshot of it was at the end is that they wanted to start talking about government regulations over the HOAs and the reserve funds that they save up and accumulate for managing the infrastructure in the community, and that only a few states have government regulations for doing that, and everybody else is just in a free for all apparently, and that they felt like more government regulations, were the answer to that issue and the insecurity that people may feel about it, or their lack of satisfaction about it, or lack of information even about it. And so I commented back that the answer is not more government regulations. There are plenty of government regulations now. The question is, are people getting information? Are people involved? Are they expressing their opinions? Are they becoming knowledgeable about these issues and what's being done and whether it's in their best interest and the best interest of the community and the property owners? So after a while, I started thinking about that, and it seemed to me that that article assumed a lack of understanding and not only lack of involvement, but a lack of understanding of HOAs and what an HOA is actually. And so I just wanted to talk about that for a moment, if you don't mind. The HOA is actually self government. Local is the most granular, the closest to home local government that can be had today. And every property owner in that HOA has agreed to live within the covenants and conditions and the restrictions that have been declared for that community. And so you have a right as a property owner in that community, and as a member of that association, to get information, about what's happening, to attend meetings, to express your opinion, to advocate for your position, to talk with your neighbors, and to try to generate more consent and agreement among your neighbors about what is being done. So the answer to the issue of the reserve funds is to become involved and to know what is being done with those funds, and to actually vote on that, attend the meetings and express your opinion and vote on those things. Your vote is the most precious thing you have, and the constitutional rights you have for free assembly, to assemble and to become a part of that community of your own free will. If you're looking for properties, you have the right to know what is being done and what is the association, how is it organized, and you have a right to read the documents before you ever buy the property, and understanding it, and then agreeing to it if you want to be a part of an organization like that in that community, and to be part of the covenants. A covenant is a very, very important concept where you agree to these rules, regulations, the conditions, and everybody else does also in the community. And the people that are on the board of directors must enforce those covenants and must abide by those covenants as well themselves. So this is very important. It's the way the community is run, it's the way the community is organized, and it is the most basic American right to do that, to assemble with who you want to assemble with. To run your communities your way, and that is local self-governance. And we shouldn't take that lightly. We should cherish that and want to maintain that, and not just automatically by default look for more government regulations and government oversight. For those of you who may know a little bit about the Bible and the Old Testament, Israel began to want a king for oversight and for what they pursued as security and organization. And so they began to demand or request a king would be over them. And God, through the prophet Samuel, began to express his opinion about that to the people of Israel and said, you don't want a king. You don't want that kind of oversight. You don't want more and more control of your lives. You don't want more and more regulations. You don't want more and more of what a king, which basically was more government, would do in your life. Because government always oversteps. It always pushes the boundaries. It always goes for more and more authority, and to wield that authority over the people that are under that government. So when you hear someone that is automatically wanting more oversight and more government to solve their problems and to give what they feel is more security, be very cautious of that, especially when you're dealing with something as basic as the right we have as people in the United States, as Americans, to run our lives the way we want without excessive government oversight and involvement. And an HOA is exactly that. An HOA is a private association of people in that community that have decided to live a certain way, have decided how they want their community to look and how they want it to be run. And so that is a very precious right. And that's something we should hold dear. So I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. The answer to any issues that you have in your HOA is not to want oversight and more control from outside, but internally. You, as a member of that association, have the right and responsibility to express your opinion, to become involved, and to want to control it yourself on the local level, and not have the government come in and start wanting to control you, because that is a precious right to live the way you want to live in association with other people who feel the same way. So I just wanted to talk about that a little bit today and let you know that that's what HOAs are about. And so we should seize that. We should grab onto that and want to maintain it closely and not give it up. Because the minute we start inviting more and more government oversight, they're going to come in and they're going to get their pound of flesh. Government is going to want to get its way. So we should try to avoid that in every way possible. The best way is local involvement, local advocacy, local decision making, local action. As local as possible, and it just doesn't get any more local than your own private community, your own community where you live. That is the most granular level possible for us, and that is precious, and we want to keep that. So appreciate your HOA, understand how your HOA works, go to the meetings, express your opinion. If you're unhappy, tell them that and vote that way. And if the decisions are not going that way, then talk with your neighbors. Talk with your neighbors about what's going on. Get information, hand it out. Let people understand, and then vote as a group in your HOA. That is what you're responsible for. That is the best way to get involved and solve problems on the local granular level. So that's what I wanted to talk with you about today. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you coming by, and we're going to talk some more about these things in the future, but even more than that, all the decisions that we make as an HOA, as a community, to help protect the value of our properties and to ensure that the community is looking like we like it to look. Make sure that all the green infrastructure that makes up that community and is so important to giving us a good lifestyle and a nicely appearing community is maintained, and everything is well maintained and taken care of, and that is decided on the very, very local level. Thank you so much, and I'll speak to you again about these things in the future. And if you have an opinion about that, I'm sure you do. If you would put your comments in the comment section, and I'd love to see your comments and what you think about this issue. And for those that want a response, I will give a response to those things as well. So thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you.